Okay, welcome once again to our live session, Balance and Harmony. My name is Coach Ifoma Obuna. I am your stress to success coach. Today's topic is your body and stress. Your body and stress. So if you are watching me, write in the comment section from where you're watching me from. When I'm live, especially on Facebook, I don't really see your comments. So I would read your comments later. But on Instagram, I can see your comments and I can see some people that join me. So if you are joining me, thank you so much. So we continue from where we started last week. But before I start, I want to share with us a quote that I love so much and a quote that it helps me. It is from Byron McGill. Byron McGill. It says, "Your calm mind is the ultimate weapon against your challenges." Your calm mind is the ultimate weapon against your challenges. So stay relaxed. And when I made this post on Monday, I said it reminds me of the scriptures in Philippians 4:7 that says that the peace of God, that when you are bothered, when you are worried about something, you should pray to God, and that the peace of God that passeth all understanding will dwell with you. This quote reminds me of that your calm mind is your ultimate weapon against your challenges. So stay calm, stay relaxed. So when you are having stress, when things are happening, if you are calm, if you can stay calm, you'll be able to breathe, you'll be able to know what to do. So that being said, let's go into what we have today. Today I'm talking about your body and stress. What stress is doing in your body. See, it's not only your body, your mind, your spirit, everything affects you during stress. Have you ever felt tired, even though if you have slept very well? Have you ever had body pain, stomach ache, that pain? You go to the doctor, you make this complaint, and the doctor finds nothing with you. Most of the times, when I have clients that come to me, especially feeling overwhelmed and not doing the things that they are supposed to do very well, they're easily tired and things like that. One of the first things I ask them to do is go to the doctor and check that you don't have any other problem. Check that every other thing is okay. Then we can know, okay, maybe you are dealing with stress. So if you have ever had some kind of, they call them somatic symptoms. You understand? You're having stomach problem. It's not coming from the things you eat. You are maybe so nervous, you're so anxious, or you're always going to the toilet. It might not just be coming from what you are eating or what you did not eat. It's coming from stress. You're always having headache. You understand? Some of those things are coming from stress. So when your doctor have checked you and there's nothing wrong with you, most of the time it can be that you are coming from stress. Another way that your body reacts to this stress is you find out of a sudden you are just snapping at people. You are snapping at people. You need to act. And normally you don't do that. You just shouted on your child, spoke to your husband anyhow. You understand? Spoke to your parents anyhow. And you know that is not the normal way that you behave. It might just be stress. Stress shows itself in biological ways, it shows itself physical ways, and it shows itself in spiritual ways. So today we're breaking it down using the body, BODY, as an acronym to make you better understand what you go through when what your body goes through under stress. So the first one is B, your biological reaction. So what happens? There is this fight and flight reaction. We talked about it a bit last week, that when you are under stress, you either fight, you run away, or you stay frozen. Those are biological reaction. You understand? When you are under stress, your brain, especially they call it the what they call this thing now? Just escaped my mind. Hypothalamus, sorry. Yeah. It releases adrenaline and cortisol at the same time, which is not a bad thing, because sometimes under stress, your body wants to survive. Your body was made to survive. Your body, without any external factor, your body is made to survive. So that's why under stress, your brain will now produce this adrenaline and cortisol that helps you to overcome that stress at that time. So this is where the caution is. You should be, when you are under stress and you produce that thing, your body's supposed to come back down. Imagine if a lion you are face to face with a lion, and your brain pumps this adrenaline that gives you strength, that gives you wisdom, that makes you to run or fly or do the things you have to do, and you escape that lion. But you are still very high and your body does not come down. That is when other sicknesses start to take place. So your body was meant to survive, but your body is not supposed to stay continually in that position, in that mode. So under stress, I thank you for joining me, Uche. Under stress, your heart rate starts to beat fast. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your digestion slows down. Your immune system weakens. So imagine that situation, you don't stay in that situation for a long time, then there is a problem. You cannot stay in that situation for a long time, but for a short time is okay, because it helps you to handle that situation. It helps you to handle that situation. So, but the problem with us today is that we are staying in that situation for a long time. Our heart is continuing to beat. Our heart rate increases and stays that way. Our muscles, they tighten up and they stay that way. Our breathing, they become shallow and they stay that way, because we never recover from those things that cause us stress. We are still in that situation that causes us stress. That is the problem. There must be a recovery time whereby you recover from the old stress that your body went through. So, but another problem is that your body does not know whether your stress is coming from a lion, is coming from a fire attack, is coming from an accident, or is coming from financial pressure, or is coming from deadlines that you're not meeting, or it's coming from family conflict. Your brain does not know why you're having those pressure. Your brain just reacts to those pressure. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a lion and a bill you have to pay, a financial crisis that you are in. So if your body cannot always recover from that stress, it stays, because maybe a financial situation that you're having might take a longer time. So your body is staying in that place of stress. Adrenaline is high. And like I said, also your cortisol is what helps you to stay that way. But your cortisol level cannot be high for a long time to cause you damage. So survival mode is something that happens once and we're supposed to come down. Survival mode is not what anybody should stay in for a long time. So my question for you is, are you in survival mode, and for how long? For how long have you been in survival mode? Then you really need to put something, you need to recover. You need to bring your adrenaline back down, your cortisol level back down, your heart rate that is increased, you need to bring it back down, or else at the end of the day, it can cause you real problem, not just the somatic problem, not just the imagined problem that you're really feeling, but a real problem. You understand? So where do you feel tension most? Where your neck, your back, your stomach, all these things, you need to deal with the source. You need to deal with the source. So anytime you go through a stressful situation, you always try and recover. So that is the first one, the biological reaction of your body. Like I said, through your heartbeat increasing, your muscles are getting tensed, all those things, headaches are the things, stomach problems are some of the things that are causing you, you are reacting, your body is reacting to that stress. The second one is the O, which is overload. Overload, especially in the mind. I've talked about your body on how your body reacts to it. Now your mind also gets affected by stress, in the sense that now your adrenaline has taken you up, you understand, and now your cortisol keeps you that way. Your brain is as if, fog is when there's something is not clear. Your brain is not functioning the way it's supposed to function because your focus reduces. Imagine sometimes when you don't say, people like us that will say, bring the kitchen from the spoon. You are unconsciously somehow under stress, and it's affecting your focus. You cannot call a name very well. You call A instead of calling B. Your focus is not there. Your memory weakens. And the thing is this, the way stress reacts to A is not the same thing. It's not the same way stress reacts to B. For example, some people under stress, they eat. Stress affects the way you eat. It's clear. But why for some people, that stress will make them eat more. Some people, the stress will make them not to eat. You understand? So the same thing, under stress, when your cortisol is high, it can be for some people, it affects their focus. It affects their focus, the way they are focused, while some other people, it affects their memory. They find it difficult remembering things. They find it difficult recollecting things. They will read one statement, they have to read it all over and all over again to be able to assimilate it. That's why sometimes, especially when it's getting late in the evening and you realize that you are not getting anything inside your head, you need to stop it, take a break, recover, and then your recovery can come through you going to bed to sleep. Wake up the next morning, you see that thing that was difficult for you to assimilate becomes easier for you to assimilate. Also, another way it can affect your mind is in your decision making. Your decision making becomes slower. It becomes slower the way you make decision. The way you make decision becomes slower. That is what stress does to you. So if you find yourself in that situation, you need to check yourself. Then, like I said before at the beginning, is that sometimes you find yourself snapping at your family members, your child, your husband, your wife. You're snapping at them, which maybe normally you're not that kind of a person. So this is, your mind is full. So anybody that's trying to penetrate through it, you just want to kick that person off. You want to kick that person off. So a small problem becomes big. Maybe you come back home just because you're under stress. You see somebody putting their shoes in the wrong place. Wow, you snap. Normally before, if you are not under stress, that is not a problem. But because you are under stress, small problems becomes big. So you're listening to me. So I'm asking you, have you experienced this, or are you experiencing this right now? Whereby there's some things that normally don't disturb you. Why are they disturbing you now? Why are they getting on your nerves now? It might be that you are carrying so much more than you can handle. You are carrying much more than you can handle. You also have you overthink, you react before you even reflect. But before somebody will step on you, you still think, is this person, is it a mistake or this or that? But right now, before you even think, you have reacted. You become very, very reactive. And this is not what you normally do. So it's time for you to really recover from that stress. And in this case, it is overload on the mind. So what is it in the recent time or in the present time that is an overload for you? What is it? Is it your schoolwork? Is it your work? Is it your business? Is it your family? Is it a sickness? Is it financial? What is it that is causing overload for you, that is making your focus not to be present, that is making decision making for you difficult, that is making you feel small problems becomes big. What is that? You need to deal with it so that you can become yourself again. So that's the second kind of thing that stress does to you. We've talked about the physical one, the biological one, then the one on your mind, overthinking, loss of memory or reduced memory, lack of focus, being irritable. Then you now have another one that stress does to you is it disconnects you for something. Stress will disconnect you from some things. And this one is even a bit more of the spiritual and emotional part. One of the first thing that stress does to you is it steals your peace. It steals your peace immediately. And when your peace is gone, your heart start beating fast. You wonder, why am I not sleeping? Why do I wake up in the night and I'm feeling afraid? I'm not settled. Stress disconnects you from peace. Stress disconnects you from peace. Stress disconnects you from gratitude because all your mind is focused on the problem. Like I said, a small thing that's not supposed to be a problem becomes a problem. You are no more grateful. That is what stress does for you. You are no more grateful. It disconnects you from your peace. It disconnects you from gratitude. It disconnects you from your purpose. Because you are stressed, you're no more focused on that thing that you've always wanted to do, those things always wanted to achieve, those your normal routines, those your normal timelines, plans that you wanted to do. Stress will disconnect you from it. You find yourself doing something else different from what you wanted to do. So stress will also steal your joy. Stress can steal your joy. It will not steal your joy, steal your faith. So you need to watch it. Stress affects your body, your muscles, tummy ache. Stress affects your mind, overload, overthinking, loss of memory, big problems, small problems turn to big problems. Stress disconnects you from your peace, from your joy, from gratitude, from your purpose, from your faith. Stress will do all those things from you. So when that stress comes, there's like a noise in your head. There's no clarity in you. You need to fight back. Go back to where you can get back that your peace, that your joy, that's yourself. You need to recover. There's what you call the stress cycle. Stress is something that you cannot avoid. Stress is something you cannot avoid. So when it happens, there's a need for you to recover from it. There's a need for you to recover from it. As much as possible, there are some kind of stress you can avoid or reduce or overcome. But the ones you need to go through, you need also to recover. If you know that, I had a difficult week, no problem. People don't die from too much work, but they die when they don't put in breaks and rest. When you now rest is a form of you recovering. Sleep is a form of you recovering. And doing something that you love is a form of you recovering. Talking to somebody about all those things is a form of you recovering. So how do you recover? Your recovery system is the third one. We've talked about the B, biological reaction, the O, the overload of your mind, the D, the disconnection of different things, and now the Y, your recovery. It's your recovery that it completes and closes that stress circle. It puts you on a clean slate to start all over again. And the body is intelligent. Your body tells you already what they need if you are listening to it. And the body activates that recovery mode, but most times we don't listen to the body. Your body activates, the way it activates that survival mode is the same way it activates the recovery mode. So you recover when recovery happens, you start to breathe slowly and deeply. So you yourself, you can now also activate it by yourself by doing your deep breathing, And like that quote I quoted when we started by Bryant McGill, that your calm mind, you can say to yourself while you are breathing in and breathing out, my calm mind is the ultimate weapon against every challenge I'm facing. So I choose to stay calm. I choose to stay relaxed. Can also confess, the peace of God grants me understanding. So deep breathing helps. Then all those adrenaline that has come into your body, when you move your body, it helps out. When you move your body, that helps. Sleep helps you to recover. Sleep helps you to recover. Setting boundaries so that it will not happen again helps you to recover. So maybe, for example, you put yourself into financial difficulty, and right now you start to put boundaries on the things you can spend money on and the things you can cut. That you are recovering from that financial stress you put yourself into. Then I wrote a post that I will go live, that will be published this evening. Is about you processing that emotion instead of suppressing it. What you and I do most of the time is this: when we have an emotion, when we have something that is worrying us, we either say, no, no, I will not allow it to worry us. Maybe something that makes us to be angry. We tell ourselves, no, I'm not going to be angry. I will not be angry. We are suppressing it. That is not okay. Or we become angry and we stay angry. That is not also okay. It can be sadness, it can be any emotion. You need to process it. If you're angry, yeah, I'm angry. You try and process it out. Either you talk to somebody about it, you get a boxing bag, you process it, you let it come out, and you go through it. Ask yourself questions: why was I angry? What can I do better? What could I have prevented? You understand? Or if you are sad, go through that sadness, cry out those things. Don't tell yourself, no, I'm not sad, I'll have to be strong. The to be heavy on your heart, you are suppressing it. So if you need to cry that you are sad, cry it, but don't stay the whole time crying. That's the thing. Don't say I will not cry and don't stay the whole time crying. Process your emotion. It will help you recover. It will help you recover. Then your nervous system signals safety. Your nervous system needs signals of safety. You understand? You cannot always be giving it pressure. It will break down. It will not be living in fear. You will always be tensed. You understand? You always be tense. It's just like when they say, there's a thief somewhere, and you are tiptoeing. You are tiptoeing. Imagine yourself always tiptoeing all over all your life. Always tiptoeing. No, you need to tell your nervous system, hey, the thief is gone, the lion is gone, there is now peace, there is now coolness. You need to tell your nervous system, and you tell your nervous system with that there is safety. You tell them with prayer, with meditation, with deep breathing, with talking to somebody, with putting structures and systems into your life. It will lower your adrenaline, it will lower your cortisol level. Stress is not just in the mind. There's some stress that are in your mind from within you, but it's also a body issue. You can feel it all over you. And when we ignore it for some time, it's not bad. But when you ignore it for a long time, your body will speak out and your body will break down. When you've ignored it for a long time, your body is talking to you. It's like you're using a machine, or continue using a machine without offing it, without saying, let me do restart. Without doing anything, just using a machine, your body will break down. Your body will break down. So, and your body breaks down, it feels weak, it feels pain, it feels irritable. At the end of the day, to have burnout. So when you reset, it will help you. So what I can do to help you, I have what I call my stress to success programs. I have the one time clarity session, I have the 3 weeks intensive session, and I have the 3 months deep coaching session. It will help your body, your mind, your soul live that balanced life. You understand? And I also speak for women, not only women, different organizations, schools, companies, for your teams, to help you, because when your employees, your team mates are okay, you people's work becomes better. Stronger minds, better results. Stronger family minds, better union. Don't allow stress live in your body. Let it just come and go. You understand? Let it continually reduce. So if you have any questions, please always ask. And if you need coaching for yourself, please send me a DM, STS, Stress to Success. Or if you have a business, you have a company, you have an association, you need me to talk on, either physically or through Zoom, I'm available. But know that your body speaks to you. Your body takes in what you are giving to it, and it's telling you sometimes that, hey, I'm under stress. Listen to it and help your body to recover from the stress it has gone through, so that our bodies can serve us for the longest of time. Okay, have a nice evening. God bless.